Hi everyone, it's me Darlene, sitting in my sewing area. I am going to do a Fabric Frenzy sneak peek for you. I don't know how much I will show you, it depends on how I feel. I ended up catching a cold and I'm sure it was because I traveled, and when I fly I often get sick after because of the air. Germs are just circulating around in the plane. I'm surprised I didn't get sick when I traveled in February, but I did get sick this time. That's from my trip like just over a week ago. So if I sound congested, that's why. And if I poop out before I get to show you everything I want to show you, that's also why. I'm going to first explain just briefly. The Fabric Frenzy is something I do for my patrons and YouTube members. It is $5 a month to join on Patreon, $4.99 on YouTube. I just want to mention that it is not for those of you outside of the US of A. So if you are outside of the US, you need to wait till any leftovers make it over to eBay, and you also have to be part of eBay's global shipping program and pay the shipping. Through that, it's free for all United States. Both the Frenzy and eBay shipping is free if you're in the US. I do the Frenzies at the $5 level on Patreon now to be fair and equal to YouTube members because they don't have an option. It's just $4.99 per month. And this is per month for both platforms, not per video, not per Frenzy, per month. I used to offer the Frenzies at the $3 level on Patreon, but now I have bumped it up to the $5 level. Anyone who was at the $3 level is locked in. And I'm going to do a special limited time offer of opening up that $3 level on Patreon. Again, if you want to get in at $3 per month, you can. But you're going to have to be one of the first 5 members to hop on board. After that, I'm going to close it down and then it will be at the $5 level. So push pause and run on over to Patreon and get in at the $3 level while you can. Be part of the Frenzy. If you get in and you don't think you like it, stay for the rest of the month because you've already paid for it. You'll have access to the more than 250 exclusive videos that I have recorded. You'll get the daily ebook list that I provide, my daily chat, all that jazz. So go on over, get in at the $3 level. If you don't see the $3 level available, it's because I already shut that down. The link is down below in the description box below this video, so just go check it out. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you some items, not in any particular order. Well, actually, in some kind of order. I'm going by how they're stacked on my couch. I will show you some panels or some pre-cuts that I have. I'm going to tell you the price inside the Frenzy and the price the things will be if they make it over to eBay. I'll also let you know if I think it will make it over to eBay or if I think it will be a sellout item. I never can know for sure, but I have sometimes a pretty good idea. All right, let's just get started. Let's start with this panel, which was at the top of the pile. I've had this one before. I believe I call it At the Beach. And it's some nice blocks, beach related. And of course, I never know what I'm showing you because I can't see my screen when I have this in front of my face. But it gives you an idea. I might have had this one like 3 or 4 Frenzies ago. And this is going to be, this one is going to be $9.75 on the Frenzy, free shipping, and $12.75 if it makes it over to eBay. This sold out the last time, but I don't remember how many I had the last time. So it might not sell out. Some might be still available on eBay. All my panels are $3 more on eBay. This next one I absolutely love. I'm so glad I was able to get more. I had it for Frenzy number 13 and it sold out really quick. I don't remember how many I had then. I do think it might sell out this time around. I call it birdhouses on black. That was my expression because I heard a car revving its engine. I don't know why people do that. Brum, brum. What the fuck is fun about that? Okay, I can't laugh because it makes me cough, so I'm going to try not to laugh. Jeez. Okay, what was I saying? Birdhouses on black. I love anything on black. You get 6 blocks. What are you seeing? It's so hard for me to know. It's just a good one. I don't know if I can ever get any more. This one's going to be $9.50 on the Frenzy, $12.50 on eBay, if it makes it over to eBay. I do want you guys to see like what I have because a lot of the items just don't make it to eBay. Trying to fold as I go. All right, I'll go get a couple more things. I'm pretty excited about this next panel. This is the biggest panel I've ever seen. I'm hearing all kinds of things today. And it's like a train track that you can put on the floor. You don't even have to make a quilt or anything out of this. You could just put it on the floor and let your kids ride their toy cars on the track or whatever. They don't even have to have a train. The only thing that I noticed is this must have came like as a part of a set of panels. They've done that in the past. And you could have probably purchased panels to make little fabric houses because there's spots on here to attach a fabric house with Velcro. I don't have those panels, but you can just have your kids put any little houses they already have or make some out of cardboard. Just really fun. So I'm going to show you as much as I can of this ginormous panel. Let me tell you how big it is. 68 inches wide by 42 tall. It's just really cool. Ah, I can see a little bit of what I'm showing you. Like that. And then the bottom half. Okay, I can't see what I'm showing you now. But you get the idea. It's big. I do have pictures on the listings for the Frenzy. And in case you don't know, what happens is if you're a patron or a YouTube member, I will post a secret link to my blog where I have all these listings unpublished. And you just go on over there and you can click and see everything and order right from there through PayPal. All right, the train panel is, how come I don't have it written down? Let me go look. The train is $9 during the Frenzy, and it will be $12 if it makes it to eBay. I don't think it's going to make it to eBay. I have just 3 of those, and I do want to let you know that I start the Frenzy usually at noon Eastern time, and it's going to be May 4, Saturday, May 4. So if you want a train one, you've got to be there waiting at your computer or on your phone, waiting for me to give you guys the link, and then you can jump on the train. I'm so smart. Here's another one that I've had before. Calling this one On the Farm, I think. This one I can't remember when I had. Quite a few Frenzies ago. I do mark on every Frenzy if it's a new item. It'll say new. If it's a last chance item, that means it's the last time I will be putting it on the Frenzy. It's going to eBay and it's staying there for eternity until it sells or until I do something else with it. I do consider things that I've had before but ran out of stock. I consider those new again because some people have never seen them. Okay, this one is this way. You get 4 smaller blocks. You get a big one here in the center. Very pretty farm scene, colorful. And there's the other 2 smaller blocks. When I have panels like this with blocks, I do give you the measurements of each block. Or you can always just use the panel as is if you want just a quilt top like that. Lots of ways to use panels. And like I said, that train one, you can just throw that on the floor as is, wash and dry as needed, store it folded up in a drawer. Next one, beehive. Another one that I had in the past. I like it when I can find some that I've had before because I can reuse those same images. I learned not to throw my images away. Oh, did I tell you about On the Farm? I did not. Let's see, price. Where is it? Where? $8.25 for On the Farm, the one that I just showed you, $11.25 on eBay. This one is Beehive. This one will be $8.75/$11.75 on eBay. And again, it's just, you know, just a pretty one. I like it. I'm going to show you a few pre-cuts now. I'm often asked, like, what is the difference between a fat quarter or just a quarter yard, or a fat 16th or a 16th of a yard? And it's just the way something is cut. For instance, a quarter of a yard is just that. It's 1 yard cut into 4 pieces, and each piece is a quarter of a yard. Normally, if you go to a fabric store and you ask for a quarter of a yard, they take it off the bolt, and it's usually about 42 to 45 inches wide, depending, and they just unroll it, and it's always folded, and they measure 9 inches and they cut. So you end up with a long strip, 9 inches tall by 42, 43, 44 inches wide. That's a quarter of a yard. But a lot of people like fat quarters, because what that is, it's a 1 yard piece that is cut in half this way and this way. So you have 4 fat quarters, because they end up measuring about 22 inches wide, depending on the width of the fabric. It's half the width of the fabric by half a yard tall. So it's like 22 by 18. So it gives you more surface area. So it depends on what project you're working on as to whether or not a quarter of a yard would work better, or if a fat quarter would work better. A quarter of a yard is great for strips. So a 16th of a yard, same thing. You can take a yard and cut it, you know, across the width to make 16 pieces. That's a 16th of a yard. Most stores won't even cut a 16th of a yard for you. I believe that's what, 2 1/4 inches? A quarter of a yard is 9, so an 1/8 would be 4 1/2. So yes, a 16th is 2 1/4 inches. So it would be just a narrow strip, very, very wide. So another way to get a 16th out of a yard is you take your yard and you just, you know, cut in half this way, and then each piece you do that to. You end up with 16 pieces this size, approximately 9 by 10. Again, it depends on the width, but let me just show you one. Like this. It's a nice square instead of a long, skinny strip. Then I came up with my very own word for taking a yard, cutting it in half this way, and then cutting each of those halves into 8 pieces lengthwise. It's still a 16th of a yard, but it is a strip, but it's wider than a typical 16th of a yard strip, and it's a little bit shorter. So that looks like this. And since there's no actual name for this, I call it a chubby 16th. Fat 16th, chubby 16th. Ah, pretty cool, huh? And I have a lot of people who really like this. So I do some of those. I try to do that for every frenzy now. So this time around, I have 2 new lots of 16 fat 16ths, like that, and they are $9 on the Frenzy. They will be $12 on eBay. And there's no duplicates, and I try hard to make it that there's no duplicates. If you were to get one of each of these, if you want more than 16, you should have 32 no duplicates. I can't always promise that because sometimes I lose my mind and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm pretty good at keeping them with no duplicates. I also have 2 leftovers from the last Frenzy. These are 24 fat 16ths, $12, and then 15 on eBay. So that's just what I have, a little bit left over there. They're on eBay now if you want to go grab one before the Frenzy starts, if you don't think you're going to be part of the Frenzy. Okay, so those are the fat 16ths. As for chubby 16ths, I have 2 different lots of those. Like this, there's 16 chubby 16ths, and they are the same price as the fat 16ths, which is $9 on the Frenzy, $12 on eBay. And I have 1 lot left from the last Frenzy, 24 chubby 16ths, and that is $12 Frenzy, $15 on eBay. I believe these are also on eBay right now if you want to go grab one before they sell out. You guys, I'm starting to poop out. I knew I wouldn't be able to show you everything. Right now I have 30 listings ready, and I usually try to get as many as 50. And sometimes I even add stuff during the frenzy. So, but I can't show you all that because with this cold, I'm just wearing out really quick. But I am going to show you that the last time I did an unboxing, that was a public unboxing. I'll link to that down below. And you will see that I ordered 50 prints that time. But my supplier had given me 4 additional prints to make up for some crappy yardage that I got the time before. So I ended up with 54 prints, and I did some lots of half-yard cuts, one of every one of those 54 prints. So I'm going to have that up for grabs. Look at how many half yards that is. There's a lot of fabric here. It's 27 yards total. And I do have pictures of every print on my listing. But if you want to get an idea before you get in on the frenzy, you can watch that video and you'll just see me flipping through all the prints. Let me give you the prices on that. Where is it? $130 on the frenzy and $150 if you wait until they go on eBay, if I have any left. Now, you might think, oh my God, who would ever spend that much on fabric? I have people who spend as much as $500 on one shopping spree on my frenzies. There are fabric people out there. So, yes, people do buy this. Not all the time, because a lot of time my big spenders, they have enough for a couple of months. But there are some small ticket items also. Let me grab a couple more things and I'll show you. For instance, I did this as a flash sale, and then I put the leftovers on eBay, and I sold them all. And I was so thrilled to find that I still had a half yard left of each of these colors, so I was able to make some more sets up. And this one happens to be 16 pre-cuts. Correction, it's 20 pre-cuts. It's the same print, but it is 5 different colors. So, you get 4 of each color. So there's like the green, and then that's like a gray, like a golden, this color, I'm terrible with colors, and a dark gray. So you get 20 blocks, and this is only $4.50 with free shipping. And I think they're going to be $5.75 on eBay. Again, I didn't write it down. I'm not going to go look. But I know they're $4.50 on the Frenzy and not a whole lot more on eBay. When I sell just little lots like this, I make nothing. After the cost of the fabric and the cost of the postage, I make literally nothing. And there's also the fees, eBay fees, PayPal fees. But I like to offer some of these things because not everybody has a lot of money to spend and they would like to get something. So I have this. I also have 100 of my scrappy cuts. All my cuts are scrappy because I'm just a scrappy cutter. These are scrappy, just really means that, like, nothing matches. Like when people make a scrappy quilt, it's not that the cuts are scrappy cut. It's that it's all the scraps from previous projects, and you just put that together and it always works out. It does. But I have 100 no duplicates here for those of you who love to make scrappy quilts. They can also be used in crumb quilts, crazy quilts. I have a quilt I made, a video using my scraps like this. I think it was a pack of 100 that I used, and I just added strip sets to the pieces, and it came out super cool. So go check out that video. I'll have that linked down below too. I'm gonna have a lot of linking to do. Okay, this one, I price these by weight so that it's always fair, and I have, where are they? 100 scrappy pre-cuts. $11.95 for this pack on the Frenzy, $15.95 if it makes it over to eBay. So I have a lot more stuff. Again, I just can't show you everything because I'm pooping out and I have to get this edited and all that, and I still have a lot of other stuff to do for the Frenzy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to give you sneak peeks as I go throughout the month, so I don't have to do it all at once and so you can see more of my stuff. I also plan on doing fabric unboxings for the public now, and also any Martin's hauls that I have. I can't show you them when I'm in my car after I shop at Martin's, but I can take them in the house and show you what I got after. So I hope you like those videos. If not, you can just skip them because there's a lot of other shit on the way. You know that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.